welcome to everybody getting things going for tonight, and it is the final few hours of Mardi Gras, Fat Tuesday, about over with, and going into Lent tomorrow if you're celebrating that. And if you're down this direction, hopefully the weather is good. Looks pretty good on most of the web cameras. Most of the other web camera sites we can't feature through our computer system because of one technical difficulty over another. So we thought we'd just give you the view from our Weather Vision camera partners, a view of the biggest small town in America down to the Big Easy tonight. Traffic on the heavy side heading on through and past the Superdome and over portions of the French Quarter. Again, going to be a fun time tonight, no doubt, down that direction. Again, starting off again the later hours of Mardi Gras, wrapping things up for Shrove Tuesday as we go into tomorrow. But a beautiful night over New Orleans, no question about that, for this evening, and looking pretty good for the time being over the course of the rest of the next couple of days down that direction. So if you're heading down there for the cleanup, also doesn't look entirely terrible. Let's go ahead and get things started. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Onig. This is Weather Overtime from downtown Chattanooga, Tennessee, USA. Eastern time zone, North America, planet Earth, solar system, Sagittarius arm of the Milky Way galaxy. That should do for now. Again, fairly quiet for the time being, but if you have any plans for outdoors tonight, definitely want to bundle up as we are seeing some fairly chilly conditions for right now. From downtown, from the Bailey's Heating and Air camera, we do have again some pretty chilly conditions. It's dry and it's clear. Good view of the waxing crescent moon and of the planet Jupiter in the western skies if you're catching our netcast here before 10 o'clock Eastern time, of which it is exactly 10 o'clock Eastern time. So go out, look to the west-southwest, and you should be able to see it. We've got the cameras parked in a different direction here. We had them all the way up on the Island Cove camera. From also downtown, on the area from around Patriot Concrete camera, we did have again some pretty good views for today. A lot better than what we saw about 24 hours ago with fog, rain, wind, and also again picking up some pretty breezy conditions yesterday. That was 24 hours ago. This evening we can see all the way out to Signal Mountain, so we don't have too much to worry about at this point where it comes to anything involving huge amounts of rainfall for right now. Trying to get the cameras into position here real quick so we can see at least a part of this for the time being. Let's take a look at our Lee Point camera. This camera, Patriot Concrete, focused back to the north. Kind of out of focus, but you can still see the crescent moon there and the planet Jupiter well back up on top of that. So that's what you're looking at as you look back to the west for this evening, and that from the 153 and 64 interchange. Chattanooga Red Wolf Stadium, some slow traffic earlier. Tomahawk Crane and Rigging camera, everything moving along quite nicely at this time. It's been a beautiful evening downtown Chattanooga. A little breezy. The surface of the Tennessee River has settled down, so no problems at all with the visibility. A lot of folks out in and around Coolidge Park, lower right-hand corner of your screen, so seeing a decent amount of calm conditions. A lot of sunshine today, beautiful out there, and likewise good view from the Chattanooga Zoo camera looking back toward Erlinger Hospital. Back to about 40 degrees, very dry. Winds have dropped down considerably, so not seeing too much of anything in the way of very cold conditions. We will be looking for some cooler conditions into the rest of the next couple of days. We'll get back to the Island Cove camera coming up here in just a little bit. Out and about tomorrow, looking at some very good conditions. Sunshine, dry, temperatures back in the lower 60s for much of peak of the week Wednesday afternoon. Likewise, heading out for a round of golf. Can't see any major problems here. Winds will be light, so hopefully not much of a hook or a slice possibility. Plenty of sunshine and temperatures back in the lower 60s, just above normal. We have gotten rid of all the cloud cover out there. SAT-RAD is not showing a lot on the SAT or the RAD tonight. Clear skies across all of the News 12 viewing area, so we do have, again, some nice conditions out there for at least the time being. Temperatures at the top of the hour around the area and regionally, 40s and 50s for the most part, some 30s all the way back toward Springfield, Missouri at this time. Not seeing, again, anything in the way of major league catastrophic cold, but we will be getting into some chilly numbers into the next couple of days. 30s and 40s below freezing around Andrews in North Carolina. Mid to upper 30s to lower 40s elsewhere across much of the region. Big picture is going to show, again, not much happening where we are. We are seeing a couple of things. Number one, that is our storm system from yesterday. It's all the way out over the Canadian Maritimes, bringing some rain and snow to parts of the tri-state area, New England. But for us, it was just rain last night, and that was pretty much about it. We have a couple of storm systems trying to coalesce together, and all of this will be over the course of the next several days, developing here, dropping to the south, and giving us the potential for some more rain as we get into around Friday. But for right now, I'm not seeing anything in the way of flash flooding. No severe weather, no winter weather, a little cooler toward the weekend, but bouncing back on the numbers very nice. So for the next 72 hours, what we're looking for is going to be, again, high pressure calling the shots, keeping things very quiet as that scoots along the Gulf Coast, cutting off any moisture from heading back to the north. For Thursday morning, few more clouds, mainly sunshine, but otherwise not bad. We will have one cold front try to make its way into the area, not necessarily through it. It's going to be a weak system, very dry conditions out there, and that front will be winding up just north of us by Thursday evening. By Friday, we start to see the next part of that system, the warm front, west of the cold front to the east. That's going to make its way a little bit farther to our direction. And then by Friday night, cold enough for some snow around the Wabash Valley, parts of Illinois, Indiana, and back toward Ohio, north of that cold front coming on through. And that is where we do see, again, that potential for making its way through the area. So we do see that potential for some rain. Let me just take this through very quietly here. Again, this is where the storm system comes in Friday night into Saturday. That'll be our best chance of any scattered showers. But by the time we hit, oops, sorry about that, my cursor getting ahead of me here. By Saturday morning, about dawn patrol, most of the rain should be to our east. What there is of it, this does not look to be a huge system, nor are we looking at a bunch of rainfall coming on through the area. Now, by Saturday afternoon, all that's gone, so I'd say by lunchtime, all the rain, what there is of it, will be gone, and that should do it for the potential of any rainfall coming our direction as we go into the weekend itself. So, for the weekend and beyond, here's what it looks like out there as we run the numbers. Tomorrow, Valentine's Day, Ash Wednesday, if you're going to be heading out for that. Sunshine, very nice temperatures. Numbers bounce quite nicely into the lower 60s and stay there until Friday. That's our next chance of rainfall coming on through. That's where we see, again, that potential for more in the way of scattered showers. Again, this does not look to be a major situation out there. Facebook comment section, Darren Odom, Rock Chalk Jayhawk, welcome to the show. Thanks for stopping on by. Hope things are well with you these days. Through President's Day next week, we will dip the temperatures toward the end of the weekend, upper 40s to lower 50s, and by next Sunday morning, could be a very good frost coming up. So if you've got any plants on the patio, like I've had in the last couple of days, going to want to protect them from that. Same thing below freezing early President's Day Monday, so that could be a bit of an issue there, and that is where we see the coldest numbers here. Beyond that, we've got some very good news coming through. Again, dry into next week, so we're not showing anything in the way of major problems coming up for the time being there. Vince Tetwan, number 3, thank you very much for joining us, fellow Topeka West High School grad. Welcome to the show. Do the models show any more severe storms coming up? Kind of depends on what happens with this particular system that we're watching over the northern plain states. I do not see a great deal of problems for your area up around KC and Topeka and places like that. There is going to be the possibility, according to the Weather Prediction Center, the possibility of some rain coming up Wednesday night, Thursday evening from that first burst of the storm coming through. And then by early Friday morning, the next part of this system back toward the Pacific Ocean, that one could bring some rain mixed with snow your direction. It depends on how far north-south that system gets. So we're talking about that one out there and the cold air up there to make its way on through. So for Mr. Vince, yes, there is the possibility of some winter weather heading your way by about Friday morning. I don't really see that much of it taking place for right now, and it really depends on how far that system decides to wobble. If it goes farther north, you're probably going to get rain. If it goes a little farther south, you might pick up some more snow with the rain chances out there, but I really don't see too much of an issue for right now. Excuse me a second. Somebody's trying to access my system here. That's not nice. Okay, so let me just put that in motion one more time for Mr. Vince to show you what's going on. Into that area of the country, again, we should be seeing for Kansas City and the environs by Friday morning some rain mixed with snow as that second part of that multi-tiered system comes through. So some, yes, it looks like St. Joe is going to get a lot worse than, say, Wyandotte, Johnson County, over into western Missouri, but there is going to be some snowflakes up there with that. Again, that's going to be the worst of the worst, I think, for right now. So doesn't look like too much for the time being, so hopefully it stays that way. We'll keep our eyes on that for you, so keep it tuned here for more on that. All right, so over the next several days, long term, this is really good news because we are looking for the south central United States first and then moving our direction into the Tennessee River Valley, the possibility of some very warm conditions well above normal according to the Climate Prediction Center's temperature outlook for the later portions of February. So not doing totally terrible there. Not really looking at great conditions out there, at least where that temperature drops into the weekend. Not as cold as it could be. That's the really good thing you have to admit on that. So not seeing a problem where that is concerned. Our weather picture of the day, Mardi Gras, but not in the Big Easy, from the Orange Beach, Alabama area. Thank you very much, News 12 viewer Linda Holland, for a beautiful view there. And one ginormous shrimp playing a saxophone, making his way along the coastline. If you've got pictures for our Langley Roofing weather window picture of the day, doesn't matter where you are. If you got them, we'll take them, as long as it involves weather. That's the important thing. So send them in to us at pictures@wdef.com. Would love to see more about what you're seeing out there, or drop them to our social media pages for more. And thanks to everybody who sent in some excellent pictures out there over the course of the last few weeks. All right, coming up, public events for astronomy this weekend. University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, Clarence T. Jones Observatory on 10 North Tuxedo Avenue in Chattanooga. Lecture starts at 6 p.m. The gates open at 5:30. Topic and featured constellation will be Orion the Hunter. So far, it looks like we should clear out most of the clouds for Sunday, so hopefully the telescopes will be working there and should be some very good views. More information at their Facebook page, and they're also on Twitter. They don't quite update that much on there, but if you go to facebook.com/UTC Jones Observatory or go to the University of Tennessee Chattanooga website and search observatory, you'll probably hit that pretty easily on there. If you'd like to know more about amateur radio, I am an amateur radio operator. I got my license in 2000. My one regret was not getting my license when I was much, much younger, because it is such a fun and useful hobby, especially where severe weather is concerned. So, Dalton Amateur Radio Club will be offering their, quote, first and best ham fest in Georgia. That's just south and east of Chattanooga. Saturday, February 24th. That's coming up in just shy of about 2 weeks. 2024, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the North Georgia Fairgrounds in Dalton. More information on their website, qrz.com/db/Whiskey 4 Delta Romeo Charlie, or W4DRC, not using international phonetic alphabet speak, but a great opportunity to learn more. Door prizes available. Get yourself a ticket. Again, ask questions. Find the experts down there. They're called Elmers, the people who have been in amateur radio the longest. They can help you find out more about a great hobby. And don't forget the catchphrase, when all else fails, amateur radio works. Great opportunity to get your kids involved in a really cool hobby. No, it is not a dead hobby. Far from it. It's investing itself in new technologies and helping to bring along younger souls into the mix. So if you'd like to know more about this, there's tons of information out there from the ARRL American Radio Relay League. If you'd like to go to their website at arrl.org or .net. I can't remember which one that is, but please join them out there for that. This weekend, like to do some citizen science. You don't have to have a PhD to get yourself involved in studying just data or helping to collect data. And if you'd like to help out, the 27th annual Great Backyard Bird Count is coming up starting the 16th. That's this Friday, going through the weekend and continuing to the 19th. You can find out more at birdcount.org. The purpose of this, bird watching, and some of you may say, what do I want to get involved with that? Your data, you're watching what goes on in your backyard, can help scientists and those who keep track of bird populations, ecologists, environmentalists. People can study what the population is of birds around your particular area. And this is something that, unless you have specific equipment to track flocks in general, radio receivers, things like that, and may cost millions of dollars in grants and study money, this is a good way to participate, just like in the MPing project, that you can identify the types of precipitation coming down at the ground. You can sit in your backyard, keep track of what you see. Go to the website and you can see the information come in from other people around the world real time. Very cool operation. So if you'd like to get involved with this, students, a good science project for you there. Really need to have that happening. I'm not too sure this is a good section for a merit badge in Scouts, but something to take a look at on there to see if the qualifications fit. I'm not even too sure if there's a birding merit badge anymore. If there ever was one, that was a long time ago in my history. So if you'd like to participate, all you have to do is go to birdcount.org and sign up for more details. You get to find out more information on that. Want to make certain everybody is aware again of the meetings upcoming in a couple of days. Bradley County, Tennessee, that's just east of Chattanooga in Hamilton County. Next Skywarn training session will be taught on Thursday, February 15th. Again, that's this Thursday, 6 p.m. at the Bradley County 911 Center in Cleveland, Tennessee. Register for a seat with the National Weather Service in Morristown, who is teaching the course, weather.gov/MRX. If you'd like to know more about the other meeting upcoming, we feature the meetings that are in the News 12 viewing area: Southeast Tennessee, West North Carolina, Northeast Alabama, and Northwest Georgia. There are plenty of other meetings elsewhere, but again, you have to go to these websites to find out more about their location. We try to tell you about the ones that are local for our own viewers in our own counties, just right in the News 12 viewing area. So this coming up in about a month and a half, give or take, Marion County, Tennessee, again, west of Chattanooga and Hamilton County, at Jasper, Tennessee, at the Lawson Building, Thursday, March 21st, 6 p.m. Central Time. So please show up and become a Skywarn spotter. What happens is you take the course, National Weather Service meteorologists teach you what to look for, and more importantly, what to call back into the National Weather Service on your cell phone. If you're an amateur radio operator, they'll talk about procedures on that. This is good for law enforcement community, EMT, emergency response, anybody in state, local, federal government to know these things. Anybody who's got a connection to a central dispatch, if you see something happening, your information that you say, I'm located in Jasper, Tennessee. The storm is moving up to the north and to the east. So Sequatchie, Bledsoe, Ray, Northwest Hamilton counties, you maybe get hit by this storm. Your information, by being a Skywarn spotter, could help save lives. That's the bottom line. That's why we need more Skywarn spotters. So please consider taking these courses and be a part of a bigger community. I tell this to every single place that I go to when I talk to schools about the idea that if you are going to do anything volunteering-wise for your community, please do so. Take this course. If I was an employer, I would see something like this on a resume and say, this person did something bigger than themselves. They focused on their entire community. They wanted to help. They became a Skywarn spotter. That would lend itself more to me than a person who did not do it. So something to think about on that. Can't take the course in person? Go to www.metedmeteorologicaleducation.com University Corporation for Atmospheric Research.edu, and you can take the course online, then register with your National Weather Service office so you can become a Skywarn spotter. This is a very convenient way to do it. Do it on your own time, in your own location, and that way you won't have to worry about skipping a course or not being out of the loop. So something to really think about on this location. Let me see if I have it pulled up here real quick. I'm going to show you a little bit more about that. Okay, here we go. Again, for tonight, oops, hang on 2 seconds here. All right, so no, that's not what I wanted to have happen. Thank you. All right, computers are getting persnickety tonight. All right, so our WDEF Vote Now poll, our new sponsor, is coming up in just a couple of weeks. So thank you very much. You'll find out more about that. Neptune's atmospheric highest observed estimated wind speed in miles per hour, 1,200 miles per hour. That garnered the lion's share of the vote. That was actually the correct answer as well. We'll have another poll going up at midnight. Use the QR code on the screen to pick up the information. It's also available through our newscast and online, wdef.com/vote now if you'd like to vote, and we'll have a new poll coming up again at midnight for more on that. So thanks for sticking by on that and keeping an eye on what we've got in the way of weather questions for you. Think that should do it for tonight. That does a very good job of doing everything that we've got on there. Not too much to report tonight. We've only been on for about 20 minutes, so we're not doing too bad for this evening. We'll continue to bring more information to you at wdef.com/weather. Again, on Twitch TV, email information at the bottom of the screen. It's aonic@wdef.com. If you'd like to email me about anything, if you'd like to reach anybody at News 12, this is how you do it. wdef.com, find the Contact Us page and go from there. We'd love to hear what you have to say. If you have events, if you have something you think is newsworthy, 90% of our stories come from you, the viewer. So if you got the information out there, we'd love to hear from you, from what you're seeing. Again, give us as much leeway and time ahead of schedule as possible to get you in the system so our photographers and reporters can contact you and get more information about that stuff. But if you've got information, please let us know. We'd love to see more about what's going on there. Don't forget to download the News 12 app. It's available through your app store. Just search WDEF Weather for more information there. Think that should do it, so we'll go ahead and turn it back to regular programming so you can get on with the rest of your evening. Chip Chapman will have your forecast bright and early tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning, starting at 5 a.m. for Peak of the Week viewers. And, of course, I'll be on tomorrow night with more information about what's going on with the forecast. Thanks to everybody on Facebook and Twitch who checked in for tonight. And stay tuned for more on News 12 tonight on News 12 at 11 as well, with myself, Rick, and Andrew, bringing you the latest day's events. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Onick. You've been watching News 12 WDEF from Chattanooga. Weather Overtime, our online exclusive video weather blog. More to come, again, late tonight on News 12 at 11 and tomorrow morning. Thanks for joining us for Weather Overtime on Tuesday evening. Happy Mardi Gras and a happy Ash Wednesday to you if you're celebrating.